What up, cuz? How you doing? What's up, All's National? How you doing? You know, I'm doing a sound check. Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. What's up, delivery? Can y'all hear me? Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. We hear you. Okay. Well, y'all know how I do my lives. I don't have no script or anything like that. Y'all can start firing off questions. But I do have a topic that I want to talk about tonight. I guess I'll wait a little while till some people get on to discuss it. But while we waiting, let's see. Hold on. What's up, Lenny Max? How you doing? I guess one of the topics that I do want to talk about tonight is I get a lot of, I guess I ain't gonna say a lot of hecklers, but sometimes I get hecklers and people say, you know, Amazon is dead, Amazon is trash. I hear people say trucking is dead, trucking is trash. What do they really mean by that? So when you really think about that, I'm like in a mindset of this. How can you have the same industry, two people that join the same industry, one be successful, one be unsuccessful? What do you guys think is the determining factor in one person being successful and another that got the same exact information? Like, for example, you can have somebody that go to a school. Somebody might have straight A's in this school and somebody might fail out. Somebody might, you know what I'm saying, not be successful. Somebody might be super successful that attend the same school, same whatever. Why do y'all think that is? Why is some people successful in an industry and some people are not successful in an industry? That's the question I want to pose tonight, because I get sick of tired of hearing, you know, trucking is dead. You can't make no money with trucking. But yet the same people that's saying that is driving the trucks. The same people that's telling you this have trucks. So why would somebody tell you that have trucks, that trucking is dead or it's not a good time to get into trucking? That's another thing. Like I've seen half the times, like today, a guy was like, and Amazon's dead. I go to his page, he's doing trucking. You know what I'm saying? Trucking is dead. It makes no sense to me. So I'm just trying to figure out the mentality of why people say stuff like that. Someone said, how do you find affordable insurances if you're just getting started? You need to tap in and get a broker. I have a broker that come with my ebooks, that come with my Masterclass, come with my booking consultation with me. Do not call up to the insurance companies directly to try to get a quote, because they will, as I always say, knock your head off. Like I had a guy, he called up to the insurance company, they wanted $9,000 down. He went through my broker and it was $1,600 a month. So the key to getting good insurance rates, excuse me, y'all, my allergies is kicking my butt. You know, when the weather's changed, I got seasonal allergies. But with that being said, going and getting you a broker, that's the best way to get your insurance at a lower cost. Someone said, what broker company do you recommend? New MCs. Also, do you have to register them before you can work with them, before contact them on the load board? So if you're talking about the DAT load board, or let's say an external load board outside of Amazon, you don't have to contact a broker or figure all of that out. But if you're doing outside work outside of Amazon and you got a brand new authority, I kind of discussed this like a couple of weeks ago and I kind of discussed it last week. If you have a brand new authority and you're trying to get into the trucking industry, it is hard, not impossible, hard to get new brokers to work with you if your authority is under 90 days. So under 90 days, you're pretty much like a sitting duck. Not to say that you can't find loads here and there or here, you know what I'm saying, but you're not going to find consistent work that can keep you up and running and afloat for the 90 days. I'm not going to say nobody can do it, but what I'm saying is majority of the people that get started, you got a new authority, your authority is fresh. You got your insurance, you got your truck. What are you going to do in that 90 days? It's hard to survive that 90 days without consistent work. You got a truck rental or a truck payment that's due. You got insurance that's due. You got an ELD that's due. You know what I'm saying? So you have bills and overhead and expenses. So how are you going to keep that truck running? My suggestion is, I always tell somebody, if you know somebody that's already doing Amazon, you can lease onto them and do Amazon. At least 90 days, 180 days so you can get on with Amazon. If not, that's when I offer a masterclass. Join my masterclass. I'll pair you with somebody for the first 180 days. So even if you just want to run through 90 days and then still do the DAT load board, but you still can do Amazon loads in that 180 days while your authority mature. So I hope that makes sense. But there's not a lot of brokers. Like I said, I never could tell somebody what they can't do because somebody can do it. I've just seen talking on consultations every week. Somebody get up, they go watch YouTube, they listen to people and say, hey man, just go get you an authority, give it to your truck. It's not just that simple. Trucking is still a business. You got to learn the business, the information, what works, what don't work. Consistency. Amazon Relay is consistent. The only 2 days Amazon Relay don't run loads is Christmas and New Year's Eve. Other than that, you ain't got to be guessing how you're going to pay your rent for your truck or your truck note. How you going to guess how you're going to pay your insurance. It's consistent work. Consistent is the key to success. You could do one thing, a little bit, and you're not going to make no money. You could do, it's funny because I was just talking to my cousin today. The DAT load board reminds me of buddy passes. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody used to try to give me a buddy pass, I don't like buddy passes. I've never flown buddy pass. I don't want a buddy pass. When I show up at the airport, I want to know where I'm flying, where I'm going, and I'm getting on that plane and where my seat is. A buddy pass, when you get there, you don't know if you're going to catch the 12 o'clock flight. You don't know if you're going to catch the 3 o'clock. You don't know if you're going to catch the 5. Your whole vacation will be gone while you're sitting around waiting. That's what the DAT load board reminds me of. Like, you might book a good load today, but tomorrow, you don't know if you're going to get a good load. The next day, you don't know if you're going to get a good load. Then you might get a good load on Thursday, but you might not get another good load because over the weekend, they don't really operate like that. I don't like all of that, inconsistent work. I like consistency. Amazon Relay, I jump on there, my truck runs 7 days a week. It's simple. No brokers, no factoring, no dispatcher. Run the whole company from my cell phone. So that's why I love Amazon Relay. People can say it's dead all day. Like I always tell people, it's not dead. No business is dead. Every business that you think of, somebody's making money in it. I always tell people, somebody's eating in your neighborhood. So with that being said, the first 90 days is hard to get up and running. Let's see what other questions we got. Someone said, did Amazon Parade come out yet? No. I believe they did drop the Amazon Prime Day. Let me see if I can Google it. What day is in October? Because for you guys that don't know, October. Let me see, Amazon Prime Day. Hold on 1 second. Amazon Prime Day, October 2024. Another Prime Day is coming. Okay, yeah. So what I'm saying is they didn't officially give out the actual Prime Day. But for you guys that don't know, if you get up and running started right now, Amazon Prime Days when they let all the Amazon people that don't have Prime purchase, stuff and use the Prime services. And basically what it is Prime Day is a 2-day event. And they have one in July and then they have one in October. This is when the rates go crazy, just like a mini peak season. Like in July, they had it. In those 2 days, Amazon did 1 or $12.2 billion in freight, which means they sold 12.1 or $12.2 billion. So guess what happened on those 2 days when people sells, the $14 billion? That freight has to be moved. So even though it happened, purchased in 2 days, you got to think about it. Got to be shipped. It got to be moved. So with it being shipped and moved, that sends the rates from normally, let's say $500-$600 rate to $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 rates for like about 2 to 3 weeks. Now, after that, then the rates will go back down to normal. Now, then, of course, we have another prime rate in October. So it's twice a year, July, October. Then it's always the middle of October. So let's just say it's 12, 13, 14, one of them days. So for 2 weeks, we will have prime rates, the same prime peak season that we have in November. So then after that, the first week in November, it kind of slows down. It cools down a little bit. Because you know why? Ain't nobody going in the store buying big screen TVs, bags, shoes, and none of that the second week of November. You know why? Because everybody's waiting on Black Friday. So the market kind of slows down until Prime Day hit again. Then when Prime Day hit again, not Prime, but peak season hit, then the rates go back crazy. So if that makes sense. Someone said, with Amazon background checks. No. So there's no background checks with Amazon. There's no criminal background check, no credit background check, no driving check, no drug testing. Amazon is no background at all. So you could be a felon, you could be on probation, you could be on parole, whatever it takes, you can do it with Amazon Relay. You always have my story. My second driver that I had, I literally had to write a letter to his parole officer just to allow him to cross state lines. He worked for me for like maybe 6, 7, 8 months, started his own business, and voila. So no, there's no background check, no credit checks, none of that. So just to clarify too, because some people get confused with this. The reason being is when you have Amazon, so Amazon Relay is when we pick up freight from a distribution center and then we deliver that freight either to another distribution center or we deliver that freight to a post office. So because of that, that's why there's no background check. The background check part comes in when you're talking about Amazon DSP. Amazon DSP is when you see the people with the blue Sprinter trucks, cargo vans, and the best, and they delivering packages to your house. Not, I'm gonna say freight, but packages to your house. That has a background check. That's completely different because if you send somebody to your house, then there is a background check involved. What up, Matthew? What's up, bro? What's up? Someone says scaling. Yes, scaling. Scaling is how the way to make money in logistics. Ain't no business. And I think a lot of people, when they first start off, they always have the working in the business and not working on the business mindset. So they always just get a truck, get stuck, get working in the truck, and they work hard, and they feel like they're not making no money because they're barely making ends meet. Just think about it. Any business, if you just had one, are you going to really make a lot of money? If you had a hamburger shop and you sold one hamburger, you're going to make money. You got a shoe store. If you sold one car, unless that car is like millions of dollars, the money in any business is in scaling. If you start a business and you can't scale it, I don't care what business it is, you ain't gonna make no money in it. You have to be able to scale it or be able to duplicate the process so you can make more money on it. That's just like if you have one truck a night, right? If you have one truck, I always tell people this. I don't worry about hitting home runs. A home run, when I say that, I'm not literally talking about a home run. I'm talking about if you have one truck, you, especially if you're the driver, you gotta maximize that truck every single night. So if your expenses added up to, let's just say your expenses, because you don't have a driver, your expenses add up to $300, right? For that night. That's for your truck rental or truck rental or truck note, fuel, insurance, all that stuff. Say it adds up to $300 because you don't have to pay a driver, right? Now, what they have to do is every night you have to find a load paying like $800 to $1,000 because now you trying to maximize because it's one truck, one person. So now you need that load that's trying to hit a home run. So let's say you're doing the DAT load board and you book a load, let's just say it's $1,000, right? Now that $1,000, you got to dispatch. You got to pay her 10% or him 10%. So now you're down to $900. $900, then you still got to pay the factoring. So now let's just say they took $30 out of there for factoring. So now you're down to like $870. $870, you still have to pay for a hotel or lodging unless you're going to sleep in the truck. Some people do that, but you're not supposed to. But let's just say you sleep in the truck or you don't sleep in the truck. You bought a hotel. $870, now you're down, get a $100 hotel. Now you're down to $770, right? So out of that $770, now you have to, now let's just say your expense is $300. That's $470. That's looking for a home run. You might get that load tonight, right? You get that load tonight. But let's just say that load take a day and a half to complete, right? Now, the next night, you might not get no loads. You're not going to get no loads. So now you're sitting there waiting to find loads. And then let's say you don't work that next night. Now, the next night, you get you look for another home run. You get another home run. You made $470 one night. Now, you took off 2 days because you waiting. Nothing is in your area. You're looking for a load because a lot of people like, I'm not deadheading with my truck. I don't move unless my truck is make X amount of dollars. So now you're sitting for 2 or 3 days to get another $1,000 load. After that $1,000 load, you might net, once again, from the home run load, $400, $470 or whatever, right? Now, you don't work all week and now you made 470 times 2, let's say, $900, right? That's not really a lot of money to work all week, sleeping in a truck and all of that. Now, my concept is, hey, I don't need to hit a home run every night. After all my bills and expenses, I just need to make a little bit of money. Let me give you an example. After now, my expenses might add up to a little bit more than the person because I have to pay a driver and put him in my truck. So now let's say my expenses add up to $400 to operate my truck every single night with a driver, gas, fuel, insurance, right? $400. I book a load, that's $600. Right? $600, that leaves me only $200. So see, he made $470, so he made more money than me off of one truck. If I had one truck, he would make more money than me, right? But guess what? Now I have 5 trucks running that night. So now I have 5 trucks making $200 a night. $200 a night, that's $1,000 a night that I make passively while I sleep in my bed at home every single night. My truck runs 7 days a week. So Like I always give the example. Let's say you don't make as much as me. Your expenses is not as low as mine, right? You're only making $100 a night. $100 a night times 5 trucks, not one truck. That's $500 a night that you're netting from home consistently. You see what I'm saying? 500. You move your truck 7 days a week like me. 30 days a month. That's 15,000. 15,000 net profit times 12 is 180,000. You mean to tell me you can't do $100 a day with a truck? That's crazy if you can't do that. So that's the whole point of the difference between the DAT load board and the DAT and consistent work. So that's the difference in it right there. So once again, I know there's a lot more people that joined the live, and I was talking about earlier. I know some of you guys might have just joined. I posed the question is, what makes some people successful in this? Let's just kind of think any industry, but since we're talking let's talk logistics. Y'all look at internet, y'all look at social media, look at magazines, whatever, TV shows. Why is it that some people are successful in the same exact industry that others are not successful in? Because that's like the biggest debate right now. You have people, you got successful people, and then you got unsuccessful people, and the unsuccessful people are miserable with the successful people because they're successful. So they try to tear down the industry and say trucking is dead. You can't make no money in trucking. When I was in real estate, they were saying the same thing. You can't make no money in real estate. Real estate is dead. Somebody's always going to tell you something's dead. So that's the reason what I wanted to know is, why do y'all think that continue to keep happening? Someone said mindset and determination strategy. Right, I agree. Crabs in a bucket. That's another one. People who say they don't got no dog in them, no hustle. That's true. That's what does the investments, man. You got to have some dog in you to be able to survive any business. And that's the thing I always tell people, man. Like, I hate when somebody say ain't no money in the industry. When I look outside, I jump on 285, all I see is 100 trucks every hour. How can trucking die? How can it die? Now, I'm not going to lie. The real estate market, when I got into it in 2018, I made first house I flipped. Y'all gonna keep hearing the same story because it's real. You can go Google it. Look up 778 Cascade, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. I bought that house for 80, put 85 into it, sold it for 365. I made $176,000 on my first flip. Bought the house next door to it, 7774 Cascade Place. Sold that house. I think I made 140, 150,000. So anyway, to make a long story short, got into real estate, was making really good money in the industry where people wasn't making money. You know what helped me make money in real estate? What helped me make money in logistics? What make me money? Help me money in the stock market? What makes me help money in anything I've ever done is I've never done anything without what? A mentor. Everything I went through in life that I made money, I had a mentor. Everything that I didn't have a mentor or the correct information in, I lost money. So I always tell people, either you're going to pay in the beginning or you're going to pay in the end for the mistake. One of the two ways you're going to pay. There's no way that, like I made a post the other day, there's no elevators to success. You got to take the stairs. And the only other way is a mentor. A mentor will stop you from making so many mistakes. You don't have to make the same exact mistakes as I made. I can show you how to not make the same. For a classic example, my cousin, Box Truck Wiz, he didn't have to make the same mistakes I made because he had me as a mentor. So his story is going to be way different from my story. He's smooth sailing, making money, chilling, and was like, man, this is great. But he didn't have to sit on the phone in the middle of the day looking at the load book because there's no loads in the middle of the day. So I curbed that for him. So now whoever comes under me or come under him, they don't have to make the same mistakes. We make life easier, and that's the whole the whole purpose of having a mentor or correct information. And I get this heckle a lot too. Man, why are you selling the information? X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. You should give out the information for free. What I've noticed in life is free information is expensive. You can go to YouTube and get it all day long for free. And I guarantee you will make way more mistakes if you just pay to get yourself a mentor or get yourself the correct contacts. Now, I give out a lot of free game. I think I do. I don't think a lot of people get online and give out free game like I do every week. Answer questions. I still do DMs. I still do Masterclasses. I still talk to people. So with that being said, that's free game. But if you want my personal time for me to sit down with you and tell you how I made millions, why would I do that for free? Like, it makes no sense. I have kids. I have a family. I got life. I like to vacation. You want to take away from my free time for me to help you for free so you can become rich and I get nothing? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. So we have to stop thinking that everything in life is free. You know, free is expensive. And one of the 48 laws of power, despise the free lunch. You know what I'm saying? Someone said, don't forget to link up with, yep, you need factoring. Yes. Someone said, can you run Amazon Relay in multiple cities at the same time? Yes, you can. I know people that personally do it. So when you get on with Amazon Relay, Amazon Relay, so this is, I always talk about this too. Amazon Relay, when you get on with Amazon Relay, let's say I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't necessarily just have to book loads in Atlanta, Georgia. I can put me a truck in California tonight. I can put me a truck in Houston tomorrow. Anywhere I want to put a truck at. If I think the market is better in Chicago, I can put a truck in Chicago. My system allows you to scale, put drivers anywhere you want to. For example, now if I purchased the truck outright or bought me a truck, I had a note on the truck, then I'm going to be honest, I probably wouldn't put my truck out of state because I would be a little too afraid to know I'm paying on a truck and putting that truck in Houston or Chicago. Because if something happened to that truck, that's my personal truck. But the way my system, is set up, that guess what, it's a rental truck. I've never had nobody try to mess with a rental truck because it's not mine. They don't want to act up with that rental truck. I can call the rental company tomorrow and have that truck picked back up and brought back to the lot and get me another key made. So, and most people got enough common sense, like, man, I'm not going to destroy this Ryder truck because it's not Javar's truck, it's Ryder's truck. If they destroy it, in their brain, Ryder's going to come after your behind. So with my system, it allows you to scale. You don't have to physically see your truck. You don't have to physically be with your drivers. I'll show you how to set up and do every single thing remotely, how to manage your drivers remotely, how to make sure they don't damage the truck. Like, I have something like, you know what I'm saying, I provide services to help you. For you guys that's just tuning in, I have a masterclass and I have 4 slots left. My next masterclass is actually this Saturday. I got 4 slots left. It's $9.99 if you're trying to join the class. It comes with my ebook, my Ultimate Bundle Pack ebook. So if you're a complete brand new person, don't know nothing about logistics, but you just want to get into it, you will need somebody to hold your hand. We show you, I got services that help you set up your LLC to your authority, which is your MC, DOT, UCR, BOC3, the correct way. Because if you don't do it the right way, you will get banned from Amazon and it will make your insurance higher. So if you don't know how to do it the correct way, don't even worry about it. My authority person charges $680. She'll handle all of that for you. After that, I got an insurance broker that will get you insurance for a decent rate. So you don't have to call directly to the insurance company. Then after that, I'll show you how to get the rental discount. After that, guess what? Your authority's up and running. Then you get the lease on for the first 180 days. In this masterclass, we show you how to set up everything, how to find drivers, hire drivers, pay drivers, how to manage your drivers, when to scale, when not to scale, how to look at the load board, how to book loads, how to read the loads, how to use Postal truck. We cover compliance. We cover taxes. We basically cover the DAT load board. So when your authority do hit 90 days and you want to be able to book a load somewhere back home so you don't come home deadheaded, we show you how to do that. I mean, there's nothing that's left for you to learn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to get this much information in one place at this price from people that's been doing it. Every person in my masterclass have their own logistics company, from me to compliance officer to my tax lady. We all got logistics company up and running. So you're hearing it firsthand from people that's actually physically doing, you know, the work or in the industry. So you can't beat that. $9.99. Like I said, I got 4 slots left. If you don't not a group person, you don't want to be in a group atmosphere, no problem. I got a VIP one-on-one masterclass. That's $11.50. That one, you pick the date, the time, and you know me, you and my business partner, we go over everything, and it comes with the same exact stuff, the ebook, leasing on options, and all our resources. So I don't have a course. I have a guide. So it comes with the Ultimate Bundle Pack Guide. The Ultimate Bundle Pack Guide is $199. If you don't want to join the masterclass, you just want to get the information now and start the process, that's cool. If you already bought my ebook, then guess what? It's $750. Just shoot me a DM or shoot me an email at info@boxtruckshorty.com. That's info@boxtruckshorty.com. And we'll send you an invoice for the $750. Like I said, I got 4 more slots. It's a really great class. Been doing it for now 14, 15 months. Helped thousands of people get up and running. Someone said every lane in trucking is booming. Just gotta have the strategy to wait ever it's going. That's true. That's the fact, man. Trucking ain't never going nowhere. From dump trucks to sprinters to cargo vans to semis, it's always going to be trucking. Trucking And y'all think I'm lying. And if trucking was to stop, if every truck was to stop for a day, you think the pandemic was bad? Man, you would think we'd be in an apocalyptic life. If the trucks in the United States stopped literally just for one day, it was disrupt. That would be like a Great Depression for one day. So trucking is never going to be dead. It can't be dead. If trucking's dead, we're dead. So that's just so crazy to me. Someone said, how much pays weekly driving 7 days? Well, your person can't drive 7 days legally, so my drivers drive 6 days, and then I have a part-time driver. But I have a pay scale that I use. I don't pay my drivers hourly. I don't pay them percentage. I have a flat rate, a pay scale that I use. Someone said, congrats. Thank you, All National. That's somebody that took my Masterclass. I always have some people in here, man, that take my Masterclass, and a lot of people that offer services, you know what they don't do? They don't get on here. They don't do lives. They don't come out and tell you. They don't have testimonials because, I don't know, maybe their system don't work. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not good information. But I stand behind my information. I come on here, like I said, I do live. I don't play about my brand, my name, and helping people. I do love to, you know what I'm saying, help people. Someone say, the GOAT man. That's what's up, Flea 17. Yep. Someone said, your trucks only pick drop off in the state of Georgia. No. So we go in Georgia. We do some Tennessee. We do Alabama. Every now and then we do North Carolina. It just depends. So your truck will go, but every day my truck is back. So you got to remember, in January of 2025, I'd have been doing this for 4 years. I've never had a driver spend the night outside of the house. So my drivers are home every single night. So even if we go in Georgia and we go like 110, 120 miles, we literally cross it into Alabama state lines. Same thing for like Chattanooga, which is like 120 something miles, I believe, from here. Someone says, when does peak season officially start? Peak season officially starts in November, like the second, third week of November. Someone said, what do you think about buying trucks from Penske? Because I heard they be selling lemons. As a starter, owner, and business operator, what do you advise? So that's a good question. My question is, you know me, I'm pro renting. So I don't like buying trucks, period. So I don't own a truck. I've been in the business literally, like I said, almost 4 years, and I still don't own my truck. And a lot of people think that's weird, like I don't own my truck. Why I want to own a truck for when I could just make the money that I'm making passively? My money don't leave my account unless I want to go buy me something or go on vacation. So I like that. I like being able to make money and it don't leave until I tell it to leave. So if you're going to buy a truck, I wouldn't say Penske selling lemons or a rental company selling lemons. If I was to buy a truck, then I would buy a truck from a rental company. And then let me tell you why. Because when you do rent the trucks, every so often the rental companies will call you to come in and do this thing called a PM, which means preventive maintenance. If you buy a truck from a personal person, not that they won't do it, but I will feel more comfortable with a vehicle that's been serviced versus I buy a vehicle from John and John just drove that truck and only fixed it when it broke down. Because I know John ain't gonna never service the truck. So with that being said, I would prefer to buy my truck from a fleet-owned place that have records. Like, look, we service it at 10,000, 25,000, 40,000. So I'm not going to say Penske has lemons. Penske service their trucks. They used to call us in all the time when we had Penske trucks. Now, of course, you're going to get some lemons. That's just life. Some trucks are going to be, people are going to dog them a little bit more. But I always tell people, if you don't have $10,000 to $15,000 after you put your money down to purchase a truck, and everybody's like, man, why you so pro rental? Because I talk to somebody every week that go out of business before their first breakdown. Your first breakdown is going to put you out of business. Why start the business? Because the breakdown is going to come. It's not if the breakdown is going to come, it's going to come. And if you ain't stacked up, like I would hate to buy a truck, stack up, let's just say, you making your $400 and you made it, and you stacked up $20,000, and now you running 6 months, you got $20,000 in your savings account, and then your truck breakdown is $15,000. That's like hustling backwards. So now you down to $5,000. You got to stack up again to $20,000, and when you get to $20,000, what happens if the truck breakdown again? You see, it's kind of like pushing a rock up the hill. I don't like that concept. So that's why I rent all my trucks. Someone said, what's a good load board until your Amazon application is accepted? Until you 90 days, there ain't no real good load boards. Now, after 90 days, then you can do the DAT load board. That's what I'm a little bit familiar with. But in that first 90 days, I always tell people, once you get your truck up and running, try to find you somebody to lease on to for the first 90 days. Like I said, join my masterclass, because the first 90 days is going to be hard. Brokers ain't going to want to work with new carriers. They're going to be like, you ain't carrier. I mean, your authority is only 30 days old. It's only 20 days old. So it's hard. I'm not saying it's impossible, because I never tell somebody it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? So try to lease on with somebody if you can. Someone said, how long does it take for your Amazon application to get approved? Once you hit your 180 days, it takes about, I would say 4 or 5 days to get approved with Amazon after your 180 days. Don't make the mistake as soon as your authority getting up and running, you go apply to Amazon prematurely, because now you're going to get into like a waiting spell, and you don't want to do that. So wait until your authority actually hits the 180 days before you actually physically apply to Amazon. But like I said, once you apply, you have everything, 4 or 5 days, you should be up and running. Someone said, can you do a postal truck from day one, or is there a wait time until you can do postal? You can do postal truck on day one. So, yep. Postal truck, you can do it on day one. Let's see what other questions we got in here. Someone said, oh, postal truck, if you have 3 drivers, you use a postal truck. Every driver you have, and only postal truck for 1 driver. No, if I have 3 trucks, I'm a postal truck for all 3 of my trucks. So for each truck, you get to use a postal truck for. Someone said discipline and consistency. That's right. Connections. Someone said, we make good money driving 1 truck until we're able to scale. Yeah, you can make money driving a truck. I'm not saying you can't. Amazon is very consistency. Yep, lack of consistency, definitely. Someone said they don't have the hustle and muscle. That's true. Mentorship. Yes, you can definitely make money with 1 truck until you scale. Yeah, you got to start somewhere. I started with 1 truck. Everybody started. I ain't gonna say everybody started with 1 truck, but most people start with 1 truck. It's okay starting with the 1 truck. It's okay starting off driving that truck. It's okay to start off working in your business, but you definitely want to be able to work on your business. Someone say, Al Natural say it won't be life-changing. No, it's not going to be life-changing. Excuse me. Yeah, 1 truck is not going to be life-changing. It's not. Someone said, how can I get the price of my truck? How can I get the price of my truck rental? You would have to, it depends on what kind of account you set up. But I can tell you what's a good rate to set up. A good rate to set up your rental truck right now is between $500 and $550 a week. You know what I'm saying? That's a good rate. My cousin said a $3,200 investment is still paying handsomely. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, I started my whole company. My cousin, same thing, started his whole company for the same exact price, $3,200. That's a blessing. So I have people say, man, you can't, in 2024, you still can't start a trucking company for under $5,000. Yes, you can. If you have the right connections and you have a good driving record. You have a good driving record, yes, you can. It's BS that you can't, because I always tell people, however much your LLC costs in your state is how much it costs. I don't control that. So most LLCs are $100, $200. So that's what you would pay. You go to my third party, excuse me. You go through her, you get your authority set up. That's $680. That's now you 200, 680. That's $880. Now you go through your insurance. Let's just say your insurance is $1,500 down, right? It's $1,500 down. And let's just say you have a speeding ticket, or let's just say whatever. And instead of them just wanting 1 payment down, they'll want first and last. So now let's just say you got to put first and last down. It's $1,500 a month, but first and last. So you would have first and last, and then 10 payments of $1,500. So now you got to put $3,000 down. So now you have what, $3,800, $3,880? Yeah. Now, after that, because the 3,000 first and last, so that's 3,000 plus the 680 plus the 200, yeah, so 3,880. Now you got to put $1,000 down for your rental truck. So now you have 4,880. That's right under $5,000 to get up and running. And you only got to put first and last if you like your driving record and lapsed, or you got tickets, or was suspended for some reason. But other than that, usually you can get in with just 1 payment. So yes, in 2024. You still can start your truck company for under $5,000. All right. Please don't pay attention. So I said, please don't pay attention when it's free. Right. When it's free, is going to cost you a lot in the long run. It definitely is. Someone said black people only want stuff for free from other black people, but they will play other one else gladly. That's a fact. so many people come to, like, literally today, somebody's like, man, brother, you a black person, and you're supposed to be giving it out for free. And I'm like, that makes no sense. What's in America 100% free? To go to college ain't free. You want to be an electrician, it ain't free. You want to go to barber school, it ain't free. You want to be a pilot, it ain't free. You can't do nothing for free. If you can YouTube it all day long. You can piece together all this information. I have people that have really got up and running that didn't pay me a dime. They went and watched all my YouTube videos. But if you want to crash course, watch 100 hours of my video to figure this out when you can just pay, that's on you. But free, there's nothing free. There's nothing free in this world. So we have to stop thinking that information is not valuable. I'd rather pay good information to save me a lot in the long run. So I just don't get it where people think everybody should be free. And one thing I always notice, when something is free, people don't take you seriously. When I was doing real estate, I had like 5-6 people I was mentoring, helping them for free. Wasn't charging them a dime, they make a dime, and all those people did was waste my time. Because if it's free, they don't have no skin in the game. There's no investment. If you don't have nothing invested, why would you not waste my time? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I jabbar for 6 months, and man, I don't want to flip a house now. So, oh well, I ain't spend no money. I ain't out of nothing. So, but I'm out of my time. So no, my time is not free. Someone say, should I work my full-time driver 5 days and do a part-time? Yes, that's a good way. So yes, so that way your truck is running 7 days consistently. Correct. Do not get a truck, your second truck, if your first truck ain't moving 7 days. Someone said that part. So I said box truck, big facts. How many people can you attach to your authority? As many as you want. So when you get an authority, you can have as many trucks as you want under there. Someone said Box Truck Shorty still offers the Ultimate Bundle E-Pack. That's on sale for $199. Get it in your insurance brokers, find drivers, how to start. Yeah, I got like a job description in there. You can copy, paste it. You have no problem finding drivers. So also with Amazon Relay, CDL box trucks. Nobody asked this, but what size truck do you need? Because I get this question a lot. You need a 26-foot box truck with a lift gate. Some people get away with a 24 if that truck can fit 12 pallets, but you need a box truck with a 26-foot with a lift gate. And that's exactly what truck you can. Can you do it with I get this question a lot. Can I do Amazon Relay with a Sprinter or a cargo van? No. That is Amazon DSP. And if you just have a Sprinter or a cargo van, you still ain't going to be able to do Amazon DSP with that. Amazon DSP is a little bit different. I don't know exactly how much it costs now, but a couple years ago, it used to have 30 to 40 grand to kind of like get started with the DSP. And it will give you routes, you get vans, and all of that stuff is completely different. You can't just go in there with one. So no, you cannot do it with a cargo van. However, you can do it with a 16-foot box truck, which is considered a cube truck. You can do the Amazon. That's the smallest equipment you can do Amazon Relay with. After that, the next thing is the 26-foot box truck. And then after that, the next thing is a semi truck. And if you got a semi, which is the tractor only, and they'll do a tractor, and if you have a tractor and trailer, they have loads for you. So that's it. And to be honest with you, you got a tractor. The tractors have a lot more round trips, blocks. My homeboy NY Finance always talk about him. Like, he's been doing Amazon Relay 3 years before me with a semi. That's all he do is semis with Amazon Relay. He a low key dude. He don't talk a lot. But once again, when people saying trucking is dead, and he been making money for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to me. Someone said every time you get free game, real talk. Yeah, thank you, Matthew. What's up? Thank you. I appreciate that. This is about as much free game as you're going to get from people. Like, getting on here answering questions for you guys on a weekly, basis. I try to get on there every week and answer questions. Someone said, what problem have arrived when your drivers had to call you? Man, what problems? Woo, you want me to start answering that? Let me go down the list. Lock the keys out of the truck. Truck won't start. Can't find the keys. Truck, what else? Overslept. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling them and like, man, the load picks up at 1 o'clock and I don't get a check-in saying, hey, at 12 o'clock, 12:15, they calling. So now I'm calling them, trying to get them. I done had, back in the day when I first started, I ain't had my system so smooth. Man, I had this driver, and I was like, yo, man, you got to go pick this driver up. Go call him, go knock on his door. I have one of my drivers get in his car and go knock on the driver's door to wake him up. He was asleep. So, you name it, I've had it. But I know how to get past all of that now. I know how to finesse Amazon and buy myself more time. I'm not going to give that out for free because everybody will run it in the ground. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you that's at my master. I got to keep something for my students that's in the class. Because if I tell the whole world, man, y'all are running in the ground. So I know how to buy time now. But I've had everything, man. I had trucks break down at the Amazon facility, like literally at the dock. I've had, you name it, I've had it. I have drivers not pick up the load, just period. Like, you're going to have that. If you got drivers, you're going to have days where drivers just don't pick up the load. And you're going to have to get rid of those drivers. I had a driver, I ain't even going to call his name because he might be watching it, but I'm going to call his name Reggie. But this guy was Reggie, man. He was horrible as a driver. So now, anytime a driver give me Reggie vibes, I don't mess with him. That's like, when you're looking for a driver, you want a driver that's going to pick up that phone. You have a hard time reaching your driver, that's not your driver. Yep. Someone said, how check the driver's license? Well, your insurance company or the broker can check the drivers to make sure they have a driver's their driver's insurance. So when you add them, your insurance company will do that, or the broker, I should say. Someone said, how much for the mentorship? I don't have a mentorship. Good question, but I'll go ahead and plug my services that I do have. I don't have a mentorship. I have an ebook. It's $199. I do 60-minute consultation. 30 minutes is $99. The hour is $149. I have a Masterclass that is the best information you're going to find. It's $9.99 if you're a new person, never purchased anything from me. You could pay half and then the other half prior to class, but class is Saturday, so you need to pay it off before class. So it's $9.99. I have a one-on-one VIP Masterclass, which is $11.50. Normally it's $12.50. Right now I'm running one more week of $11.50, then I'm going back up to $12.50. So that is a one-on-one VIP class. That class is 3 hours long. The group class, man, is like 7 hours long. It's a long class, but there's a lot of information. People network. You know, when we go to lunch, people can network with each other. You might have somebody in your area. I do a 2-day training. That's $350. You do everything at the Amazon facility. When my trainer leaves to go do his route, you leave to go back to your hotel or you go party in Atlanta. Atlanta's a fun place. You can get a cheap ticket here for nothing pretty much. Every place flies to Atlanta. And then I also have a 3-day driver training where you do everything at the facility, but you also go with the driver over the road. So that is $400. But those are all my services. So most people, what they do is they end up getting in the Masterclass so they can lease on, they get all the information, all my resources. And then at worst case scenario, if they need to reach me, you just book a 30-minute consultation. Most people that go through my Masterclass, they might have to book like 2-3 consultations. Depends on when you took the class. If you took the class like 2 months ago and now you're getting up, you're like, man, Jabbar, I need you to go back over the load board, or I need to know how to do X, Y, and Z. So I don't have a like set mentorship, but I do have services just like a mentor, if that makes sense. All right. Someone said few slots less this Saturday for the virtual class. Yes, the virtual class is 12 p.m. this weekend. Don't miss it. There's only 4 left. Someone said, are you hiring drivers? No, I'm not hiring drivers. I'll be hiring drivers in October during Prime Day. So good question. You didn't ask the question, but I'm going to plug the question. So the good thing about rental is you can scale up and scale down whenever you want to. So during Prime Day that's when I start scaling. You go back and look at my thing last year. I scale up 6, 7, 8 trucks. And then after that, then I keep those trucks. I don't turn them back in for those 2 or 3 weeks when they kind of slow back down. Because if you do, when the prime season starts, like the 2nd, 3rd week in November, it's hard to get a truck. So if you don't start now, it's going to be hard to get a truck in November and December. So I just go ahead and keep my trucks, and I just keep scaling up to like 10, 11, 12 trucks during prime season. So if you start right now, you don't have nothing, you don't know nothing about logistics, you just want to get into logistics. If you start, today is what? Wednesday. If you start right now, join my masterclass, you will be up and running. You will be able to catch the Amazon Prime Day in October, and you will be able to catch peak season. This is the best time to get into trucking. January, it slows back down. February, it slows back down until taxes drop. I started in January of 2021, so I weathered the storm. In January to February, does it stop the way you can't survive? No, you still be able to make money. However, you're not going to make as much money as you do in peak season. So in peak season, there's a lot of home runs. You know, the same load that's paying $500, $600 during peak season is paying $800, $900, $1,100, $1,200, $1,500. I've seen loads as high as $1,900 on the load board to go loads under 200 miles. Amazon, I mean, you could eat during peak season. Last season, go scroll down my line if you think I'm lying. Literally last year, I think from October to December, I grossed $413,000 running 10, 12 trucks. Like, we killed it every week, $30,000, $40,000 from Amazon. So that's the best time of the year to get up and running. If you're trying to catch Prime Day and peak season, stop procrastinating. Get on the horn now. Start it. The trucking ain't going nowhere. Someone said, what is the insurance looking like out in California price-wise? Cali is a little bit expensive. I had a masterclass the other day. Somebody was paying $1,800 with, matter of fact, I had a masterclass with him today. I don't know if he's on there. $1,800 a month. However, he was 25, so he's a little younger. And I don't know if he had a broker because he just took my class. He already had insurance. But anywhere, $1,600, $1,800, $2,000, because Cali is a little bit expensive. So Cali, Florida, Louisiana, they got high insurance. But other than that, on an average, what I've been seeing insurance rates between nationwide, just besides Cali and Florida, is between $1,300 and $1,500 pretty much a month. Someone said, transportation business is great, but you need at least 90 days with an operator to be good. That's true. I just said that. So you people that's jumping on here thinking y'all going to survive the first 90 days without being leased on or without joining my masterclass, now you have to join mine, but find you somebody. It is hard to make money that first 90 days. Hard. You'll be piecing stuff together. Someone said Box Truck Wiz, talking about Box Truck Wiz. September 7th, Masterclass, $9.99 or $7.50 if you purchase my guide. Yes, if you purchase my guide, my ebook previously, then it's $7.50 to get into the class. info@BoxTruckShorty or shoot me a DM. Someone says if you don't have 60 days minimum, you need to lease on to another owner. Facts. Yes, you do. You do. He says, so yo, big bro, program works, picked up truck today. That's what's up, man. Shadell, who's that? Shadell Kells? Okay, that's what's up, man. Congratulations. See, look, there's somebody that came through my masterclass. So he picked up his truck today, man. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Proud of you. Someone says, is it cheaper to rent a truck in Alabama or Georgia? Pretty much they nationwide the same price. It's $500, $525, $550. It depends on where you're at. Yep. Someone says, Kel said, Postal truck. I thank you, bro. So for you guys that don't know, if y'all go back and look at my live I had last week with the dude, remember I was walking through my meet and greet April 20th last year and was on live, not live, but recording, and bumped into a dude. He's like, yo, man, I did 350 last year, taking your advice, listening to what you do about all off of your ebook. And I was like, man, that's dope. Got too busy because he had a VIP ticket, got too busy, wasn't able to reconnect with him at the event. Come to find out, I never knew who he was, but people always hitting me up. Who is he? He's in my box truck group. Anyway, ended up booking a consultation. We ended up chopping it up. Had him on here last week. Dope brother, cool brother in Atlanta, same place as me. Got 4 trucks running. First year did 350,000 gross. This year he's on track right now to do 500K, literally, and he's booking his loads off the spot load, boy. So we and him had a conversation about that Postal truck, and now he said that Postal truck is hitting for him. So I'm proud of him, man. Salute. That was the dude. Go back and look at that live last week if y'all didn't see it. It's on YouTube and it's on my wall. You know, real dope brother doing the same exact thing, scaling. Like he said, it done changed his life. Put his family on, brother on, family on. I mean, what more can you ask for? And y'all still asking if trucking is dead. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me, man. Crazy. And all he do is Amazon. You see what I'm saying? So he does the same exact thing I does. So a $200 investment turned it into, now he's making, like you said, he on track to do 500,000. He killing the game because he sent me his thing. So it's killing the game, man. I'm proud of him. Super duper proud of him. But that's what's up, Kel. I got to bring you back on here, man, soon too. I got to bring you back on here. Some say all new VIP 101 Masterclass 1150. Yeah, so if you don't want to join the group Masterclass, some people don't want to be in a 7-8 hour class. That's cool. Some of y'all rich, some of y'all bougie, some of y'all just like one-on-one learning. I get it. It's cool. You learn better in a smaller group. $11.50 for the VIP one-on-one Masterclass. Someone said how much? I think I answered that. How much is a rental truck? So rental about $500, $525, $550 a week plus your miles. Someone said, is it good loads in Indianapolis? Yes. So it's good loads in Indianapolis. Whoever asked that question, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, because y'all have a picture. Someone says, Amazon Relay like Flex. How do you stay consistent with Amazon Relay? I'm not familiar with Flex. I've heard of a lot of people talk about Flex. I know Flex is pretty much when you pick up, packages and deliver with your car, but I've never been on it, never heard a lot about it. I just know a lot of people that do it. And I heard some people say it's similar to Flex, but I can't give you 100% answer because I've never done it. But I can tell you Amazon Relay is consistent. Is no trucking industry that's more consistent than Amazon. And I don't care who says it, what says it, consistency. If you want to get good at something, you got to be consistent, right? You want to be good at cutting hair, you got to be consistent. You want to get good at basketball, you got to be consistent. You want to make a lot of money, you got to be consistent. You got to be able to have consistent clients. You can start a business all day, but if you don't have consistent clients, you ain't making no money. You got a trucking company, Amazon is consistent. Doing it 4 years come January. It don't get no more consistent than this. Someone said no more than $600 a week. I think he said, yep, $600 a week is the max. So the later you get into the year, is that 500, 525, 50 ain't going to be around long, because I can tell you when it gets closer, if you keep waiting, you wait till November to try to go get you a truck, they're going to be like 600, 650, because now it's limited supply. So what happens is FedEx, UPS, all of the big companies go out and now they rent trucks from all of the Ryder, Penske to deliver packages. So now it's going to be a truck shortage the later you get into the year. So if you're thinking, well, I'm going to wait till November to start or wait till December to start, you're going to start, but you're not going to have a truck. You're going to miss peak season. So stop waiting around. The longer you wait, the more it's going to cost you, especially, like I said, coming up to peak season. It's hard to get a truck come peak season. So, all right, I think I answered that one. Boss man, what's up? What's up? That C-Boy? That C-Boy, I think that's C-Boy. What up? How you doing, bro? I think that's C-Boy. That's you, C-Boy? If that's him, if that's C-Boy, that was my first artist. For y'all don't know, but y'all said I used to have a record label. I did. I had a record label. He was a hot artist, man. We won every contest, every show. Coalition DJs, all of that stuff, rated song on the radio, like real talented artists. If that's C-Boy, I can't see if that's him, but I done did everything in the world to make money. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Someone said, I got 3 trucks and need a mentor. I'm your mentor, man. I can be your mentor. Someone said, got drivers ready? Yeah, that's what's up. Congrats. Someone said, how much would I need to start coming off my job to work for myself? I always tell people, $5,000 to get you in the game if you got a good driving record, or if you don't even, I ain't gonna say not, but $5,000 should be able to get you in the game comfortably. You want a little bit more, that's fine, but $5,000, I've been able to get a bunch of people in there. And now this is what I hate. I hate when somebody come through my program or come through my class or Masterclass or whatever, and they know they got reckless driving on their driving record, got super speeder tickets, they had 2 or 3 accidents, and they be like, oh, man, the insurance company want $2,200 a month for the insurance, man. You said it was going to be X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? That's some things in life are just common sense. If you're trying to get into an industry where your driver's license is the determining factor on how you eat, common sense will tell you if you got a bad driving record or you paying a lot for your regular car, your commercial insurance is going to be sky high. So I hate when people come to me about, you didn't tell me that. I was like, well, some things is common sense. That's like you want to go into flipping houses or buying houses, but you have a 500 credit score. Them two don't go together. You can't have a horrible driving record and want to do commercial trucking. It just don't make sense. So now there's ways to get it down a little bit, but you're going to pay a little bit more until that premium renews. So I'm going to pose the question again because I got new people on here. What makes some people in the same industry successful versus unsuccessful in the same industry? Why do people complain ain't no money in trucking? Why do people complain ain't no money in real estate? Why do people complain ain't no money in stock? Like, how is it somebody could become rich and then some people is unsuccessful? So that's the question I want to pose to you guys to get y'all opinion on it. All right, answer that question. Someone said, where are those rates at? I'm in Tennessee. You got to set up the correct account. Book a consultation with me. Grab my ebook. Join my masterclass. I can show you how to get them rates. I sure can. Nationwide. Someone say, is a 26 U-Haul acceptable to Amazon? Good question. No. A 26 box truck is not acceptable to U-Haul, and let me tell you why. A 26 foot from U-Haul is not dock height. So you have to have a truck that has to be dock height. If it's not dock height, then you can't do Amazon because, you backing up dock to dock. A U-Haul is way too low to do Amazon. Someone said, what's all involved in running under someone else's authority? I mean, if you join the Masterclass, and everybody who lease on, they charge 10%. So if you make $5,000 that week, they keep $5,000. You make $4,500. You get paid every single week. Ain't no problems, no issue. Everybody in my system, they pay. You get paid every single, week. So there's no problem with your issues with the money. Like I said, I've been doing this almost 4 years to help thousands of people come through the same exact system, my same exact setup. You can't beat it. Someone said you still have to start your own logistics and be ready on Prime Day and peak season. That's right. Grab the Ultimate Bundle Guide. Someone says, is it cheaper to rent a truck in Georgia, Alabama? Nope, it doesn't matter. I think I answered that question already. Someone said, I know this is God because I'm trying to come off my job. Hey, man, you know my story. Hey, I'm for it. Go for it. I'm for it. I did 16 years working in corporate America. And when I say every day I wake up, I still honestly think is a damn dream. Like, I don't have to get in and go clock in and work for nobody. Man, that's a blessing. Making money, and like some of you guys might not think making $1,000 a night is not a lot of money. Oh, that ain't really a whole lot. That, like I always tell people, $30,000 a month net. That ain't gross. If you bring in $30,000 a month, what can't you afford that you want that's reasonable? Yeah, I can't go buy a Learjet. I can't go buy a helicopter or nothing like that. But guess what? I don't want a helicopter or a Learjet. So I got all the toys I want. I got all the freedom I want. I do everything I want. I can buy and afford everything I want. So after that, I don't know what else to tell you. So, man, this has changed my life. Like, trucking has really changed my life. Like, to the point where it's just unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for leaving your job, man. If you grind hard, but I can tell you one thing: don't leave your job if you're not willing to invest in information and education and some kind of mentor, because you're gonna leave that job. And like I always tell people, if you fail at anything in life, and I ain't talking about just trucking, because I'm always thinking from other aspects of that. If you failed at anything in life, I don't care what it is. If you failed at real estate, you opened a hair salon or daycare and you failed at it and you didn't have a mentor, did you really fail? Ask yourself, did you fail? No, you failed yourself because you didn't get a mentor, the information or the education to be successful. Because look at this, whatever you open, if it failed, somebody, I guarantee, in your city got the same exact business and they're successful. Did you have enough guts, enough balls, or enough humbleness to go ask that person, hey, what? I see your daycare is doing good. What are you doing different that everybody else is doing? Like, what are you doing? No, you know what we want to do. I'm going to be better than this person. I'm going to outshine this person. I'm going to do this person. And you don't know that how to run the business aspect of it. So if you never tapped in with somebody that has the same exact business you're doing, that's already successful in it, then did you really fail? You failed yourself. So you can't say the industry don't work. You can just say you didn't work at it because you didn't put in the effort and the energy and trying to get the information to be successful. I always think if somebody can do it, I can do it. And it sounds cliche, but that's how I look. Hey, if Tom can drive a car with his foot, without hands, I can do it too. So that's just how I look at life. I think that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody can do something I can't do. Now, you talk about sport-wise, that's different. But education-wise, you ain't going to out-educate me, man. You know what I'm saying? If you could do it, I can figure out how to do it too. Someone says, damn, you need to do... Someone said, damn, what you do when they lock the keys out? That's a good question. They need to have that spare key under the truck in a magnetic key. So all my trucks, we have a spare key under the bottom for nights like that. Because when I first started, I was like, man, I got roadside service. I ain't got to worry about that, man. Roadside hit you in your head $100 every time your driver locked this key out. Then on top of that, what they'll do is, even though they lock the key out, sometimes if you might have a load, driver like, man, I locked the key out of the truck. And now it might take an hour and a half to get there, but you got to pick up your load in an hour. Now I don't want to reject the load. So back in the days when they had the box trucks that had the small window and the big window, man, before my driver, because he would lock the keys in the truck. So I'll be like, man, you know what? Just bust the window. So we done bust plenty of them little windows out for him to get in the truck, and he had to put a little cardboard on there till he drive, and you'll come back and get it fixed. They charge like $45 to fix the window, but I'd rather pay that $45 than to get that rejection. So, man, we done did it all. I remember one night, true story, I always tell people this in my masterclass, my driver did that. He thought he locked the keys in the truck, got to the truck, couldn't get in the truck. And I was like, yo, man, the spare key wasn't there. So I was like, yo, bust the window out of the truck. Bust the window. And he was like, okay. So I got off the phone with him. He called me back. Man, I can't get it. I tried to bust the window. I said, did you pick up like a pipe or a brick or something? He was like, yeah, man, I tried to hit it with a pipe or brick. And I was like, man, and I got pissed. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, what kind of dude can't bust a window? I was thinking to myself. So I was like, man, FaceTime me, FaceTime me. So he FaceTimed me. He FaceTimed me back. And literally, he's out there grabbing a boulder, throwing it at the window, and it's ricocheting off. And there's a homeless person walking by, trying to help him break the window. He could not get in the window. I was like, man, damn, I'm going to get a damn rejection. So I said, man, all right, I guess I'm just going to get a rejection. I'm just going to wait and see what I can do, because roadside was going to take forever to come. So anyway, make a long story short, when he drove literally around the Family Dollar, our truck was on there. He was trying to get into the wrong truck. So that was crazy. So make sure if you're parking at a place that have a bunch of trucks that have the similar, like they're all rider trucks, make sure your driver know the unit number of his truck, because I'm glad he didn't bust the window, because it wasn't our truck. So that's a true story. Yep, Reggie vibes. Someone said, what about the Sprinter game? I don't know nothing about the Sprinter game at all. Someone said, laugh, my first driver, I'm going to tell. Yeah, you better not give me no Reggie vibes. Do not give me no Reggie vibes. And I hope Reggie ain't on here. So someone say, what's better still? I already answered that. What is the amount you need to get started? I already answered that. I already answered that. Let's see. How much to start? About $5K to start. Said, how much gross this year so far? You don't be asking. A lot, like about almost 700 right now. 700K. Someone said his cousin post his last post is about 950 this year. Yep. What's all involved with running? All right, answer that question. This peak season is going to be, man, this question is coming in quick. Yeah, these questions going to be, Kels, this peak season, we're going to knock them out, man. We're going to knock them down. Knock them down. I can't wait. Someone said, I've been watching. Someone said, I'm joining your masterclass and leasing on. If you joining, man, I got 4 more slots. Let me make sure nobody booked. I got 4. I'll be telling you I got 4 more slots, and it's not 4 more slots. Yeah, I got 4 more slots left for the masterclass. Yep, 4 more classes for the masterclass. Still left. So I'm leasing on the box truck shorty. That's what's up. Come on, join. All right. Someone said I'm gonna get calm. I'm a cop you. All right. See that. Definitely need a side business. Oh yeah, this is a side business that'll do really well, man. Like I always tell people, imagine what business you can start for under $5,000. You can't do real estate unless you wholesaling, but to flip houses costs a lot of money. To get a house or anything, it costs a lot of money. It's not a lot of business that you can start and you can literally see your return back in that same year. So with the money you invested, imagine investing 5 bands and you done made your money back in a month. Now you playing with, like people say, you playing with the house money. If you go to a casino and you start off with 100 and now you up to $600 and you put your 100 back in your pocket, now you playing with the house money. So it's the same exact thing. Like you can make your money back so quick. Like I don't know a lot of business that you can do that. So what y'all think? Is 7K is it good to start up with driving your own truck? Yeah, 7K will definitely get you in there, bro. 7K is definitely enough to get you up and running. Someone said, do you have ability? Yeah, so when you join my masterclass, no matter what state you in, you can lease on. I don't care if you're in Pennsylvania, Cali, New York, Tennessee. Leasing on is nationwide. So that's another question that I didn't answer. When you get your authority up and running, you can book loads nationwide. You can run trucks nationwide. You can do whatever you want nationwide. You're not restricted to where you stay at. And Pennsylvania got good loads. I always talk about Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania really got some good loads. Someone said, we do a personal masterclass. Well, let me see. Wow. And we do the tax information compliant, or is it only in the group? She's only a part of the group class, but if you do the one-on-one masterclass, you do get a 30-minute conversation or hour conversation with her. That's complimentary if you join the one-on-one masterclass. So even after the masterclass, you book it. We'll book it while you're on the masterclass, and you still get to talk to the compliance officer. And then we also give you our tax lady that she'll talk to you as a free complimentary as well, to get you, your taxes situated. And she do offer, discounts because you came out of the masterclass. Someone said, what you know about the loads in D.C.? I don't know about D.C. They don't really actually have a plant. I don't think in D.C. It's in Baltimore, Maryland, which is, right around the corner from you guys. So I do know about that one. Someone said, how much are you supposed to pay your drivers? I have a pay scale that I use that I pay my drivers, so I don't pay them flat rate. I don't pay them hourly. I don't pay them percentage, but I do have that pay scale in my ebook. That's $199. And like Oz National said, he has a pay scale in his ebook. I got a pay scale in that ebook. I got a job description in that ebook. So when you're going to look for your driver, you just copy, paste it, post this online. Indeed, I guarantee you'll have you 20, 30 applicants. Everything in there, the pay scale, is how to get up and running. Someone says, is it better to do day or night loads regarding pay? Night loads. And let me tell you why night loads. And I'm not going to be on here too long. I only like to do an hour. I don't went over my hour. But the reason why I like night loads, when I first started, right, my journey, I went back, like I said, started from the ground up. I had a mentor. My mentor started in November. I started in January of 2020, right? So 2021. So with that being said, you got to remember, my mentor was new to it too. So he was learning as we go. We both learning. So he didn't even know what Postal Truck was when I started. I had to figure out Postal Truck. I'm like, what is this Postal Truck? What is this? I'm researching. Nobody on YouTube could figure it out. So I'm playing around with it. And Amazon don't give you a lot of information on it. So I had to figure out how to use Postal Truck. So anyway, to make a long story short, I was doing Postal Truck. I documented my first week from 2000 to, like, if y'all got time, just go back through my page one day. 2000, and the next week did 2000. The next week got, 3 weeks got trucks, did 4,005. Then growing up 8,010, I scaled up to 8 trucks, right? So anyway, to make a long story short, I did day loads, I did night loads. I used to have a driver, and this was all at my job. My trucks used to be parked out. I'm gonna post it till y'all think I'm playing. My trucks used to be lined up and behind my job while I was working, and my boss started complaining about it. It's like, man, why these trucks? At first it started with one. It was cool when it was 1 or 2. Then next thing I had 4 trucks. Then I had 5 trucks. They was like, man, this ain't a truck, y'all. You can't be parking your trucks up here. So anyway, to make a long story short, I was doing day loads. So I would have my drivers come back, my night drivers come back, park the truck. Then I would have a morning driver that would get and do a morning load. But the reason why I stopped doing 2 drivers in 1 truck, a night and a morning, is because in the daytime, always was late. In Atlanta, Georgia, we got some of the worst traffic in the world. 8 lanes of traffic. My drivers used to hate it. And every single load we did in the daytime, I got to fight Amazon to fix it. Now my score is dropping. Amazon wasn't so smooth how it is right now, where you can just click a button and somebody will call you right back in 5 minutes. It has improved tremendously. Amazon used to be super duper difficult and hard to reach somebody, hard to get something fixed. Now they got everything streamlined. So to answer your question, I like night loads. Less traffic, less fuel you burn, less headaches from your drivers being late, and less accidents. Because in the daytime, you're driving a box truck through traffic. Is a way more risk for your accidents. So I like nighttime driving. It's smooth sailing. The drivers get in the truck, weigh stations are closed, all of that stuff. They get there, they go do their loads, they come back home, and they have the rest of the day to themselves. So with that being said, man, it's a blessing that Amazon have nighttime. Now, the good part about Amazon is with the Dat Low Boy, a lot of stuff is closed at night. So you can use both of them. You could do that, in the morning. So if you get somewhere, say you book a load from Atlanta to Charlotte, you get to Charlotte, and you need a load coming back now, because you get there 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, you can use that low boy to get you back home. So you can do both. It just depends. It takes some strategizing, if that makes sense. But you can definitely do both. So I like night pay better. Someone said, I'm doing his Amazon training before I get on the road, and is a smart right, bro. Yes. Go, because that's another thing. Glad you said that. If you think you're going to walk into Amazon, let's say you wait your 180 days, you get up and running. Even if you don't take my class, my 2 or 3 day. Do not walk into Amazon with your fresh new score and mess it up in the beginning. Because if you go in there, Amazon only going to give you 50 minutes. You get in there, that's 50 minutes from the time you get to the guard shack. That's 50 minutes. You got to go dock your truck. You got to go in and check in. Once you check in, now they're going to tell you what lane you on, where you got to get your freight. You got to go load your pallets, and then sometimes you have non-cons. If you look at some of my videos, that's when you have to build like a little pallet and go find loose parcel and put the loose parcel in the little bin thing, non-con, to actually, and then you got to scan everything with your phone, then you got to check out again. If you ain't never been into Amazon and you think you're going to go in there and get out in 50 minutes doing that, and you got to get your badge because you knew, you already coming in the game messing up your score. So that's another thing. Do not walk into Amazon without being properly trained. Someone said, oh, that's just Amazon training. Definitely makes sense. Yes, definitely makes sense. I'm going to do mine at the end of September. Yes, don't walk in there blind. Kel said, all my trucks are booked for the night. Consistent in your script works. Thank you, bro. I know. I told y'all. Look at that. Told you, dude took ebook and turned it into 350 his first year, 500 his second year. Put his whole family on, man. My hat goes off to you, bro. Go back and watch my live I did last week with him. Real good, cool dude, brother. Organic. We ain't talk prior, like we ain't know what questions was going to ask. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely proud of him. And the crazy part is he's here in Atlanta. Yep. But some people say, hey, they can't make no money in Atlanta because they don't have the information. Someone said this weekend is the next masterclass. Yep, this weekend is the next masterclass. Someone said, I was thinking about hiring a dispatcher. I've been looking into getting into best loads. So I think he got 4 spots left. Yep, I got 4 spots left for my loads this week. So I'm definitely going to get a dispatcher. My seminar, I want to buy my dispatcher eventually. Next 3 master. Next group masterclass, yep, September 7th. Only 4 slots left. Okay, thanks. When is the next one after that? I don't have a next one after that. I don't know, man. My October, because, I skipped the month of, what month, man? September? Yeah, I skipped the month of August. I was just too busy. I couldn't get a group masterclass going in the month of August. So I don't even know if I'm going to do one in October. So if I don't do one in October, if I do one in November, you're going to kind of miss peak season. So that's the crazy part about it. I might try to get one in October, but I can't promise. I got a lot of stuff going on in October. And for you guys that don't know, y'all always keep saying that I got something big I'm coming out with, doing. I literally got something huge that I'm working on, man. I can't wait to even announce it. It's huge. But guess what? I do have a mentor. I'm not doing it by myself. I have somebody walking me through, the ropes. It's a huge investment, huge thing I got going on. But always learning, always, trying to make more money. That's right. Keep that money in the family. Someone said, change my life. I know, bro. You said to put your family on, change your family life, man. That's dope to get a brother by God, able to use it. Because guess what he had? You hear what I just asked the question. Why is some people successful in the same exact industry as people that's unsuccessful? Same class, same setting. One be successful, one be unsuccessful. What's the difference? Grind, hustle, determination. People that's not afraid to ask for help. This brother said, hey, I did all of this, Jabbar, by using the spot load board. What can I do to use Postal Truck just like you? And guess what he did? He already up and running, already doing Amazon 2 years. He didn't have pride and said, man, I'm just going to do this myself or this and that. He talked to me, asked me how to use Postal Truck. We discussed Postal Truck, and then as you see what he said, all his trucks is booked for the night. That's what I'm talking about. Stop having pride. Pride ain't going to pay your bills, especially men. Men feel like, man, and I know y'all might think, oh, this dude is, flashy, or this dude is X, Y, and Z. I've been this way my whole entire life. Ask anybody since a record label. Had nice cars, had jewelry, had clothes, always lived in a nice area. That's always been me from high school forever. So get that off your chest. Now, information. You don't have to like somebody to do business with them. I ain't asking y'all to love me. You ain't got to love me. But if somebody got some information for me and it can help me and change my life, I'm going to put my pride to the side. I'm going to pick up the phone, book a consultation, whatever I have to do. So that's the difference between successful and unsuccessful people. Pride. You act like, well, I'm not cattiness, especially in our culture. We just feel like we can't ask another person for help. If you're not asking somebody for help, then your dreams ain't big enough. That's just a fact, So you don't never want to be the smartest person in the room. So that doesn't make sense to me. That's 2 questions. Someone said, it changed my life. He said, don't know what else to tell you. Got me on fire. That's what I don't know what else to tell you, man. I don't know what else to tell you. I guess I don't know. I don't know what else. Some people, I just don't even know what else to say, man. I don't know what you got to do to believe. Someone said, bro, you have $1 billion mindset. Thank you for the information and your vision. Thank Velly Rose. That's what's up, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's what my brother told me too, man. He said, you got a mindset to be a billionaire. With this next business venture I got, man, I pray it take me there. I ain't gonna lie, but I can't even wait to announce it to you guys, man. It is y'all will know about it real soon. I just can't wait. Y'all mess around. This new business venture, man. Click off, man. My box truck city, you might not even see box truck shorty no more. I might disappear to a damn island or somewhere. So you better get in while you can. Because my time is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So I'm not going to say I'm going to never quit doing this because this is easy passive money. But booking a consultation, being able to get a class with me, I might say, hey, I'm done with classes. I'm done with all of this. And now my other business, and I'm just going to eat my little $1,000 a night and keep it moving. So you keep waiting around and the information going to be gone. Someone said, I'm coming to the A stand for a month. My folks right off Cleveland. Okay, that's what's up. I know exactly where that's at. Kyra, how soon can you get a return when you invest a 5K? I have my money back in a month. So you can get your money back. It just depends on how hard you hustle. But if you run your truck 7 days, I don't see why in 30 days you won't have your investment back. Post a truck. That's right. Post a truck. So I'm going to say this, and nobody asked this, but I'm going to say this. I like to always say this because you have your hecklers out of there, and then I'm going to get off of here. 3 years ago, remember when I told you my mentor didn't know how to use Postal Truck. I didn't know how to use Postal Truck. Back then, Postal Truck was scary. It was dangerous. It was crazy because 3 years ago, the way how Amazon displayed their loads, they used to all just put all the loads on the board and you just go there and pick them. Boom, 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 boom in the middle of the day. Loads was there, right? Now, what happens is they use Postal Truck. Postal Truck is a feature that you tell Amazon the time your truck is available, time your truck available. It's like creating an order. I ain't going to go through everything, but it's like creating an order. And now you're telling Amazon, if you're going to put a $600 load on the load board, let's just say that load is $600 and it's 160 miles. Before you put it on the load board, I'm telling you, I'll take it. So there's no need to post it on the load board. So they give it to me. So Postal Truck is before it hits the load board. So how can you use this? I need y'all to use common sense. How can you look at something big that they don't put on the load board and say, hey, man, I looked at the Amazon load board and it's trash. If you got 300 carriers in your area and 200 of them are using Postal Truck, that's 200 loads that's never making it to the load board. So you can't look at it and say, man, all the loads on here is trash. Yeah, all the loads that filter through Postal Trucks probably are trash that's on the load board. I agree with you. But that's not how Amazon work. Ask the person at the Amazon facility how much their load is paying, and I guarantee you it ain't trash. So that's the difference. Now, the DAT load board works completely different. The DAT load board, they just throw all the loads on the load board. So you can visually look at it and say, all right, they got 200 loads on the load board, or how many loads on the load board. So the way how Amazon operates and show their loads prior to 3 years ago is completely different. Everybody that say Amazon loads is trash do not know how to use Postal Truck. They go, I tried it, it didn't work. Well, guess what? It's still more of a science to book a loads with Postal Truck. It's just not that easy. So at the end of the day, that's the difference between the two. How they display the loads prior to 3 years ago. That's just like saying, man, Blockbuster. I always give the Blockbuster. Man, nobody's walking into a store no more, picking up movies and going home and watching it with popcorn. The times have changed. You go online, boom, Netflix, watch your movie. That doesn't mean people don't watch movies and get pizzas. It's still the same. It's just the technology has changed. So Amazon technology has changed to using Postal Trucks. That's the difference right there. Yep. Someone says, let's see, I'm going to get a couple more questions out of here, then I'm done. Learn from the old head. Don't think, that's right. Don't never think you know it all. I'm in Alabama. Someone said, man, I need an Amazon refresh. Who that? Shay? That's Portia. I do have a discounted rate, Portia, for people that took the Masterclass for a discounted rate too. So I do offer that. I think it's $250 for a refresher. Yep, a refresher is $250. So if you took the class months ago, or you took the class and too much time has passed before you got up and running, I do offer that too as well. You can hit me up. It's $250 to join, because I had somebody like, man, I took it in November, some stuff came up. Before you spend all that money, keep booking consultation with me, just jump back into Masterclass and I get you up and running. All right, but that's pretty much it, man. I enjoyed my time with you guys tonight, and I hope to see you guys at the top. Like I said, I got 4 more slots open. I have the VIP one-on-one masterclass. It's 3 hours long. I got the 3-day driver training. I got an ebook. I do consultations, whatever you need. I don't know what else you need from me, but whatever you need, at the end of the day, I can help you get up and running. I've been doing this for thousands. Started from the bottom. Was able to gross millions doing this. Amazon Relay. I don't know what else to tell you guys. If you don't understand, you still on the fence, stay on the fence. You know, you're going to miss peak season. But if you start now, you will be able to catch peak season. Be able to catch Prime Day. And you will have a good, happy summer. I mean, not summer, winter. So I hope to see you guys at the top. I'm out of here. Peace.